if you're looking to beat Grandmaster Liminality in as easy of a way as possible in episode Revenant with the Oscillation modifier, then you came to the right place. First things first, let's go over the modifiers for this Grandmaster Nightfall. As previously mentioned, this puppy has Oscillation, which I would imagine is going to be the biggest challenge of this Grandmaster for most people. Don't worry, I've got a great way for you to work around this. So, dealing damage with scout rifles, pulse rifles, and grenade launchers will swing the Oscillation one way and have you deal less damage with those weapons while dealing more damage with submachine guns and shotguns, and vice versa. Other weapons deal significantly less damage. But we also have a Void Surge, an Arc Surge, an Overcharge Machine Gun modifier, and of course, Overcharge weapons. We also have Barrier and Unstoppable Champions. Now, loadouts are really finicky with this strike because of that Oscillation modifier. But what I found worked the best personally was, since we have Unstoppable Champions covered by Unstoppable Pulse Rifles and Barrier Champions covered by anti-barrier shotguns, I liked going with an anti-barrier slug shotgun up in the kinetic slot, a Graviton Lance, which absolutely shreds through all of the void shields in this Grandmaster Nightfall and keeps you healthy through the build I'm going to show you in a bit for the Unstoppable Champions and General Ad Clear, and a Commemoration. You can go any element of machine gun, though, since it's Overcharged Machine Gun. I just like the Void one because it aligns with all of my other Void mods that I have equipped for Graviton Lance. This thing is going to be your primary Ad Clear method in many of the dangerous rooms, and I'll show you how to use it and what I mean by that when we get into it. You can use Hammerhead, you can use Retrofit Escapade, any Void machine gun I think would be exceptional. There's just so many Void shields in here. And if you're playing Hunter specifically, you're absolutely going to want a Void machine gun because you can go Omnioculus for this if you want to, but I think Gerfalcon's Halberg is actually really nice this season with some of the seasonal mods and with the loadout we have for Oscillation. When I talk about the seasonal mods specifically, I'm looking at a lot of the Devour-focused ones. So we have Power from Pain, where Rapid Final Blows against weakened combatants grant you Devour. When we have Rapid Final Blows while we have Devour, we get bonus reload and handling. While Devour is active, Void Weapon Final Blows have a chance to generate a Void Breach, and after picking up a Void Breach, we're going to create a rain of seeking projectiles after we get a Void Weapon Final Blow. We've also got Supernova. We're picking up a Void Breach, causes our next source of damage to create a large weakening pulse as well. So a lot of things that play really nicely into Void, and Devour and Weakening and things of that nature, Void Breaches and all that good stuff, which also synergize well with your Falcon's Halberd. Now, you could, of course, go a Prismatic loadout if you want to, with either Gerfalcon's Halberd straight up or an exotic class item containing Spirit of the Gerfalcon, but I really like going the pure Void angle because I got that Deadfall tether, but mainly because I've got the Echo of Starvation, where anytime I pick up a Void Breach or an Orb of Power, I get Devour, so I Devour up pretty much 24/7. I got Invis on finishers with Obscurity, Persistence, so all the timers of my Invis and my Devour last longer, and then I go Dilation for the stat padding for bonus mobility, so I have a faster dodge cooldown. You can go something else if you'd like. And then, of course, Aspects, Trapper's Ambush for our initial instance of invisibility, and Stylish Executioner for the Gerfalcon's Halberd synergy. Anytime we defeat a weakened, suppressed, or volatile target, we get that invisibility. Positive feedback loop with Gerfalcons. You guys know the drill. As far as mods go, playing heavily into Void and Orb creation. So we got the Harmonic Siphon, Heavy, Ammo Scout, and Finder. We got the Harmonic Loader, Bolstering Detonation, and Focusing Strike, so that dealing grenade damage and melee damage, powered grenade and powered melee damage, gives us class ability energy so that we can use our Gambler's Dodge to get our Smoke Bomb back so we can reactivate our Gerfalcon's Loop anytime we want. I like Concussive Dampener, as well as a Void and Arc resistance for this particular strike. A lot of Void damage from the boss, and the Arc resistance is really nice for the wizards that hurt pretty significantly in the first major area. Harmonic Scavenger, along with an Insulation and an Absolution, and then Reaper, Powerful Attraction, Bomber down on the class item. If you're coming on the Warlock, I really like going the Speaker Sight Healing build. Same weapon loadout, I think is pretty exceptional. If you want to copy over the mods and trust TJ on these, I'll just mouse over all of them real quick, and you can go ahead and equip whatever TJ has on. If you trust TJ, although he has a Stasis Scavenger on right now, I'd recommend changing that to a Void Scavenger since he's got Hammerhead, probably a slight oversight. But there's all of TJ's mods right there, and here's his subclass setup as well. Song of Flame is an amazing panic pop button if you ever get in a sticky situation, which there's a lot of rooms in this strike where you can get in a sticky situation. So I love Song of Flame as like a, hey, my teammates are dead, I'm going to pop this so I can get a free res off, basically. Ashes, Torches, Singeing, and Benevolence. Healing Grenade for the Healing Turret, Helion, and Touch of Flame. If you're rocking and rolling with a Titan, Dusty is bringing the Titan as he always is. Same weapon loadout, Prismatic, Knockout, Consecration. Not nerfed yet. That's not until Heresy, so you can still get away with running this. Twilight Arsenal feels fantastic with the Void Surge. You can see all the fragments down right here. Shackle Grenade is awesome for shackling targets, especially that mini boss that you have to deal with in the large, wide open area feels really good. And then I'll mouse over Dusty's mods as well, just so you guys can see what he's got going if you would like to copy his mod setup as well. So, with those setups ready, we're going to go into Grandmaster Liminality. I'm going to show you exactly how you want to play it, where you want to stand, what you want to do, all that good stuff so you can play this to perfection and get through it, hopefully in about 25 to 30 minutes. And while we're flying in, you'll notice below my webcam, it says if you subscribe or gift, you actually unlock that emblem right there in-game. That is specifically for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Mactics, where we film all these guides live. And we actually do live carries for some of these Grandmaster Nightfalls as well. If you come by and you subscribe to the stream, or if you gift a sub, you will earn this emblem in-game. It's pretty. It has like a little cactus on it in like the bottom middle right. I like it. I think it's a cool emblem, but you know, that's up to you. So, loading in, pull out the skimmer / sparrow, whatever you're running, and we're just going to go ahead and make our way down. If we want to play it a little risky, we can try and skimmer / sparrow past all of these enemies at the beginning, if we can even fit it through here. And we can, but I'm not going to take that risk. I'm just going to go invis. You can kill these enemies. They're honestly really not particularly threatening at all. But we're just going to make our way through. I'm going to break all this stuff, head on through. I'm going to break it all for my teammates as well, so they have an easier time getting through. But Titans have an easy way to get past that with their Shackle Grenade. Warlocks have an easy way with their healing. Hunters have an easy way with their invis, so you can skip that first pack. And this initial room, pretty simple to play. We're going to use the Graviton Lance from range to absolutely cut through everything like a knife through butter. Lots of Void Shields in this strike, so that's why Graviton Lance feels exceptional, and the Void Machine Gun feels exceptional. And now you're going to notice my weapon damage decay, X3, is building up on my Graviton Lance, which means that we're going to have a ×3 damage buff on our Heritage Shotgun. Now, where this comes in really nice is for these Unstoppable champions, where we have a ×3 damage buff. Dusty literally already one-shot it, as you can see. The shotguns hit the champions like a bus when you have this weapon damage decay X3 on the pulse rifle, because it means you have a ×3 boost on the shotgun. You'll notice that since the machine gun doesn't fall under any category, it doesn't have either of those and will always consistently do the same amount of damage. Even though that damage is nerfed slightly due to the Oscillation modifier, you kind of make up for it by the fact that we have overcharged machine gun on it, so it kind of offsets any damage that you would be losing on that machine gun. First bit of complication here is going to be this Barrier Knight, which is a little interesting to push. I love using the Invis Hunter to run up here and just absolutely one-tap him with the shotgun. After you kill him, you want to pull out the machine gun and take out the Shrieker. You can use this rock for a little bit of cover right there. And once that Shrieker's dead, we're going to go ahead and continue up. And we're going to kill these Acolytes. We're actually going to run right past them because there's another Shrieker right there. We're going to completely ignore it because we don't want to fight him at all. And we're just going to come into this cave where it's safe. We have another Barrier Knight, so once his shield pops up, or we can force his shield with our shotgun, the anti-barrier shotguns with the ×3 weapon surge just absolutely obliterate the tankier targets here. Now, you might think, okay, what, having the ×3 damage weapon decay on the Graviton Lance, you have it up pretty much the entire time. Isn't that an issue? And the answer is honestly not really that much. And the reason being is because since we're running this Falcons build, and because Graviton Lance has the explosive projectiles that spread around and domino effect whenever you kill something, and because you have all of the void explosions from when you bust shields with void damage, all of those things kind of compensate for the fact that you have the weapon damage decay, and you don't really feel the decay a whole lot. I mean, it's definitely there without a doubt, but Graviton feels pretty good even when you do have the ×3 decay with Oscillation in the GM. Now, in this room, we really want to play a little more cautious. You can have your Invis Hunter push up to try and smoke the Barrier Knights when the Barrier Knights either push up or when you thin out some of the rest of the ads around them. But generally speaking, you do want to kind of play a little bit more in this area. The one danger of doing that I do want to warn you about is you will occasionally have some Cursed Thralls spawn out of this cave. So you do want to make sure you always keep your head on a swivel. Thankfully, radar is enabled in this strike, so just make sure you're not tunnel visioning too much, because right there, I saw those red marks behind us. That means we got the 3 Cursed Thrall up, kill them real quick, and then for the most part, we're safe back here again. Number 1 priority target here is going to be the wizards. Their arc damage just absolutely cuts through you, and they're pretty weak. They're red bar wizards, so they're not like really that tanky at all. So you definitely want to make sure that you're smoking the wizards right when they spawn, and then we're just going to worry about cleaning up the rest of the trash that is naturally going to push to us. If you want a different position as well, this area up here behind this rock is pretty decent. So you can kind of play this rock right here. It's not half bad. Enemies, generally speaking, won't push up against you. Making sure you're prioritizing any Banes as well, especially Drain Bane enemies. Drains are a absolute nightmare. They will take you down to one shot and absolutely eviscerate you. So we're just going to continue thinning out the pack, taking out all the wizards. The wizards are definitely the main problem here. And then once we have the herd mostly thinned out, see one more wizard right there, so we're going to go ahead and drop that wizard. We are free to kind of be a little bit more aggressive and push this barrier champion. And your Invis Hunter is perfect for pushing the barrier champion, because you can get right up in its face with that slug shotgun. I actually want to be a little careful here, though, because I see a moth flying around, so I want to make sure I blow up the moths first. And boom. Now, you want to save your supers for this upcoming 3rd wave, where we get the Hive Guardian, because that Hive Guardian is extremely scary, especially making sure to save your Hunter's Tether, because your Tether is about the only thing that will be able to shut down the Hive Guardian super that can one-shot the entire team. I'm playing real far back here, playing real safe, because I see a couple of Drain enemies up right now. I'm going to make Dusty Invis, in fact. And I'm going to run back out here, dodge next to something, and reacquire my Invis. And so Dusty and I are kind of in passive mode a little bit. We're going to get back here and play a little safe. Well, I'm going to play a little safe, at least. We're going to take out this wizard that's pushing us. There's that Drain Acolyte that I want nothing to do with. Get a little bit of Invis going, dodge next to him to get my smoke charge back, get a finisher on him so I go Invis from obscurity. I can then use that Invis to go ahead and get TJ back up. Hopefully TJ won't die to that knight. And now we can turn our attention to this fella over here. I'm going to throw my tether down, which will take him out of his super. I'm going to kill that wizard before I continue focusing on the Hive Guardian, because that wizard really is lethal. And we're going to eviscerate that Hive Guardian. Since I'm the hunter, I'll run up and get the finisher on the ghost, because I'll go Invis after I do so with my go of obscurity. And that will actually despawn every single thing in the arena, aside from this barrier knight, which you can then walk up and smash. Now, pause right here before you think about moving forward, because moving forward is going to make this next target start moving, and you want to be coordinated with your team with this target, because you want to get her to 1 HP. You do not want to kill her, but you don't want her to be full health. You want to get her right around 1 HP. That's perfectly fine right there. After doing so, you can then turn around and run back and go ahead and scavenge some of the ammo in this arena. Try and top your heavy back off right there. But the reason you want to get that wizard 1 HP is because that Hive Guardian wizard is going to reappear in this strike in intermission 2 of the boss fight. And she is going to reappear with the same amount of health as you got her to in this phase. Now you might then say, well, why not just kill her then fully? If you kill her fully, she reappears with more health than she would reappear with had you just left her 1 HP. Because when we see her again in the final boss room, she will have the exact same amount of health as she did when we left her right here. So like a couple bullets. And having her one-shot and being able to just take her out at the snap of a finger right when she spawns, so that you can then turn your attention to the other enemies that are going to be spawning, like the barrier champions and things of that nature, is an absolute lifesaver. So do your best. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. You're not going to like auto wipe or anything like that. It's not that chaotic or that horrendous. But it does make things a lot easier if you are able to get her one shot and if you can leave her one shot. So we're going to wait until we stun this unstoppable champion. Carve through it with that shotgun. We're going to continue on forward. In this room, I like having 2 players stay back to add clear in this corner right here. And I like having the 3rd player, preferably the Invis Hunter, but it doesn't have to be, go ahead and run out and get both of the relics. Now, the relic for this right side room is pretty simple. You have to kill 3 sets of 3 eyes as you go up. So I just like to pick up the relic, jump up here, kill the first set of 3 eyes. After the first set of 3 eyes, I like to jump up to the next level, kill the next 3. Then I jump up to the next level, kill the next 3. And then I jump up to the final level, then goes away, and then I'm out free. I just like kind of compartmentalizing that in that order and in that fashion. If you're consider yourself rather experienced with jumping, then you can shoot them as you're jumping and just kind of not think twice about the enemy about like kind of taking a break in between. But I think taking it a little more slow, a little more tempered is kind of nice. For this other one, it's literally just a foot race where the lava is going to come down from the ceiling. I just recommend trying to keep your feet on the ground at all times in this area, unless you literally have to jump. Pretty much for the majority of this entire puzzle, you can kind of run around everything, run between everything, and slide under everything. And I usually find that that allows you to get away and get home free perfectly easily. You can then do your air move dodge while you're holding the relic to go invis to safely get back here and dunk it. And then all of these enemies you can clean up. I think a lot of them despawn as well. But relatively easy approach to this section if you just play it like that. Take out all these acolytes. Nothing crazy. Maybe look around for ammo if you need any. Looks like I'm full on special. And we'll just continue on forward. This section's very simple. Not really a whole lot to write home about here. You got 2 Grims right there that probably in your best interest to just go ahead and tag and take out. And then if we round the corner right over here, we'll have an unstoppable taken Phalanx, so we'll go ahead and stun him. Shotgun, we'll 2-tap him because we have the ×3 bonus. 2 other Grims right there, and then we can be on our way. Head up this staircase here. Another relatively simple room where you can just kind of play back, take your time. Nothing that's really threatening here. Ooh. I have never seen that enemy with a Drain Bane on him. I'm curious if that Drain Bane is going to persist into his appearance in the market area and in the final boss area, because if it is, that is probably the unluckiest hand that you could draw. I didn't even know that enemy could be a Bane, to be completely honest. We might be in for an interesting one if he retains the Drain Bane, which I'm not in, you know, I don't see why he wouldn't retain it. That's going to make things interesting. This room, you want to be very particular and very careful about how you play. Step 1, take out these 2 Grims. Step 2, take out this Centurion from a distance. He hurts very, very much. Then once you take him out, I like making the entire team invis and then running down here, putting my butt against this wall, take out any remaining Grims, and then peering over the corner to take out these 2 taken Centurions. Be very careful of their Axion darts. It's kind of hard to see, but if you aim down sights, you'll be able to see their health bars. Just plinking away at them. And then we've got one more. If you're feeling ballsy, you can also jump right here to get a better angle on one of them, but as you can see, it does a pretty significant amount of damage, and I even ended up dying for it, so... yeah. Nice and simple. Sorry, just got a text real quick. Needed to make sure everything was all good. But yeah, take out all of the other enemies in that room before you even worry about the Unstoppable Champion. Now, here's the room where I reckon a lot of people are going to have a lot of issues with. Graviton Lance, Gerfalcon's Devour, makes this thing a dream. So, we're going to make sure we go invis right out the gate so we can start getting our Gerfalcon's juice going. And as you can see, the volatile rounds, plus the void shield popping, the void shielded acolytes popping, they all just kind of blow each other up. Even though we have our ×3 debuff. And whenever your class ability is available again, you just want to make sure you instantly use it so that you can reacquire your smoke charge. And since we picked up an Orb of Power, thanks to Echo of Starvation, we have Devour, which means we heal for 100 HP anytime we kill something. So we're just kind of sitting here in this back area, using the machine guns. Make sure we prioritize the Grims, because those Grims absolutely suck. When you start to get enemies spawning right on top of you, that can be the time for the tether. But you're just continuously going invis. I'm not liking where my HP is at right there, so I want to pull out this pulse rifle, stun this unstoppable, take it phalanx. He gets one shot, volatile rounds, devour, weakening, pulses, God knows what else, probably 5 other buffs. Just absolutely doing all the work here. Taking out all these Grims in the sky, not even really worrying about if there's enemies directly in my face. Our tether's back up already. And I really like just remaining back here and kind of funnel a tether right in there to hopefully scoop everything up. I love this area right here. Occasionally you'll have enemies that will round the corner on you, but they usually push you pretty slowly. Okay, get a little ballsy here with the ×3 weapon damage boost shotgun to one-shot that unstoppable phalanx so we don't have to worry about him whatsoever. Take out this Grim right here, take out that Grim. These Grims really are the #1 priority just because of how easily they can flank you. And there's not really a way to hide from them or have cover on them because they have the high ground on you. Which is absolutely putting in work with the Graviton Lance on these enemies. These Centurions are also really important high priority targets as well because you don't want a bunch of Axion darts swarming you. Whenever you see that boss right there, you want to get away from him. Be careful because he can one-shot you. So I'm actually gonna go invis right here because I want to take out this Hobgoblin. I'm gonna play a little high ground. The boss can jump up on this high ground though, so be aware. What's nice though is if you do have tether available and you tether the boss, you basically shut him down because he is a mini boss target. You can suspend him, you can tether him, you can disorient him, you can suppress him, anything like that. Interesting that he now is a Shock Bane. He had the Drain Bane before. He still has a Bane, but it's not drained anymore. It's Shock now. So once you get him to about a 3rd HP, he's going to go ahead and head out, run around the room, scoop up any ammo you see, scoop up any orbs that you see. Probably the most reliable way to deal with that, in my opinion. As I said, the Gerfalcons, Graviton Lance, Devour, Weakening, Volatile Rounds combo, the shield spread busting combo. Absolutely elite. I had the weapon damage decay ×3 from Oscillation on my pulse rifle on my Graviton Lance the entire time in that room. And y'all probably didn't even notice that I was doing less damage than I would be doing if we didn't have Oscillation. That's how powerful all of those things working together in conjunction is for that room. And that's why it's like by far one of my favorite ways to approach that room. I think it works so exceptionally well. Don't accidentally run into the lava like DJ did. All good. In this area, you can actually send your 2 other teammates over here to the left and just get ready, have them get ready to go and kill the final boss. Meanwhile, you can send your hunter on a little assassination mission with his slug shotgun. Barrier Knight right here. 3 shots and he's dead. You can then smoke again because you'll have it back from the dodge. And as the only champion in that area, you do not need to kill any of the other enemies. You don't have to kill the ogre, the Grims, nothing. You can just go ahead and mosey on forward to the final boss room. So, final boss room is going to be a similar mindset of gameplay to that of the room that we just previously did, the large wide open market area, where we're effectively just going to be using that Devour, Gerfalcons, Volatile, Weakening, Void Shield busting chain of events to basically always be invis, always be healing, and to kill all of the ads. I like positioning the team on 2 separate sides of the room, so I'm actually going to go over here left solo, and I'm going to have my 2 other teammates chill out over on the right side. I do see that we have a healing bane going on right now, or a shielding bane from this knight. So I do want to try and use my heavy a little bit here because these guys are going to be a little harder to cut through. But you're basically going to have adds permanently spawning here. And as long as you're getting kills with over and over and over again, they're going to always have volatile on them. You're always going to go invis every couple kills. Dodge that puppy right there. Ooh, drain knight, so we're going to go invis because I don't like what's going on there. We also had a teammate die, so we're just going to play a little safer, use finishers to get free instances of invisibility while we go and push for our teammate. And you'll notice in this initial area, we're not focusing on the boss whatsoever. All we care about is killing every single ad in the arena before we even think about damaging the boss. He's extremely docile in this state, and he'll, for the most part, just kind of sit AFK in the middle of the room. He'll shoot his little void slings right here, but playing behind these pillars makes it borderline impossible to get hit by those. He really does just kind of sit still and do a whole lot of nothing. Can pull out our shotgun as well if we want to get a little bit of extra burst damage on him and make this happen a little bit more quickly. And then we'll have another round of adds. So we're going to make sure we get our Devour Orb. I'm going to go invis to start my invis loop for Falcon. So now I have my volatile rounds, and every couple of kills, whenever 2 stylish is off cooldown, I'll go invis on those kills. And we're also going to have an unstoppable champion spawn at the front of the room right here. Nice and easy. Couple shotgun shots. Finisher to seal the deal. You can really make strong use of Oscillation with your Heritage Slug Shotgun. With this strike, it's actually extremely powerful. Oscillation is actually kind of a boon in a lot of situations here rather than a debuff, which I'm sure it definitely feels like a debuff if your weapon loadout doesn't feel like it's working rhythmically with the Oscillation. But as I said before, we got weapon damage decay ×3 on our Graviton Lance. Basically had ×3 weapon damage decay on it the entire time. Yet we're still eviscerating everything. Once we clear out this wave of adds, we're now going to have the 2 relics. Pretty simple. Right side one's a little different, but I'll show you how to do it. It's a very simple method. You have to kill 3 sets of 5 eyes this time as the lava fills up from the ground. Really easy way to deal with this, though, is just run to the entrance. This is the highest point in the room. And subsequently will give you the most amount of time before the lava reaches up all the way. There's our 3 sets of 5. Simple as that. And then we're just going to go ahead and head on out and dunk this puppy. And then on the other side of the arena is going to be similar to the left side relic run from the previous encounter. Except this time, instead of the lava coming down from the ceiling, it's going to be pinching you in from the sides. So we're actually a lot more focused on verticality this time, and actually opposed to staying to the sides, as opposed to last time. So right now, I'm just going to try my best to stay as center as possible. And simple as that. It's actually, it feels like a much shorter run than the previous one. It's truly not that bad. So after we dunk this one, we're going to have another wave of adds that we're going to focus on. I believe we only have 1 wave here. The amount of adds in this second phase of the boss is much shorter than the amount of adds in the first phase. So I think we just have 1 wave. As before, initiate the invis so we get our volatile rounds for Falcons, pick up an orb so we get our Devour, slug shotgun for those knights. Absolutely one-shot him, and that's all the adds for this. That literally, it's really all it is. Not bad at all. Now, we're going to go ahead and smoke the Tormentor so we can go to Intermission 2. And this right here, Intermission 2, is where it's important that we got that hive, that Lucent Hive Wizard one-shot with our machine guns. Right after the first, like, large, wide-open area where we fought the Hive Guardian with the Void Hive Guardian, the Sentinel. This is where it's going to be really, really important that we got her one-shot, and I'll show you exactly why. We're just going to tap this guy's shoulders down. I'm not going to use my shotgun here just because I only have 3 shots left in the shotgun, and I want to save them for this anti-barrier champion that's about to come. Dusty got a little greedy and died for it, but she's going to spawn right here, and you'll notice that she's going to be 1-tap right when she spawns in, which is the same amount of HP that we left her at. So boom, Jump on the ghost, finish her. Just like that, you don't have to deal with her whatsoever. I love putting my tether right on the top of this skull as well, right there, because it sucks in all of the enemies right here. And we're also going to have a barrier champion that's going to spawn right here after a few moments, after we kill some of the ads. So we're just going to continue. Once the barrier's up, pull out the shotgun. 2 to 3 shots. Toasted just like that. Non-issue. We're then going to turn our attention to the front of the room, because we are now going to have the subjugator return that we got rid of in the market area. It's kind of everyone coming back to help out the tormentor. We kill the Shadow Thrall. There's the subjugator. And it's full HP for some reason. I don't know why it's full HP. It is not supposed to be full HP. It's supposed to be like a third HP. And it has its drain Bane back, which is... I love that for us. That's amazing. Very cool of Bungie to return him to us with full HP with a drain Bane. So I'm just gonna get Dusty up here. Make him invis to make sure he's safe. I'm just gonna focus on getting my teammates up here. I genuinely don't know why he's full HP. That's so peculiar. But thankfully he is a mini boss target, which means once you have him about say about 16% HP, you can get a finisher on him. Now we don't want to pick up the relic yet. We actually want to leave the relic on the ground and wait until we at the very least have the Song of Flame back up and the tether back up. Because we can take our time here. Because even if it despawns, it'll just respawn here at the front of the room and we're perfectly okay. But when we are ready to progress, we're going to pick this bad boy back up. I'm actually going to wait for my dodge cooldown to be back up. We're going to dunk it right here. And then similar to phase 1, simply going to be a situation of focusing exclusively on ad clear. Fun note, by the way, the lava right here is active when the boss is not in the arena and inactive when the boss comes to the arena. So you're going to notice now that the boss is hopping into the arena, the lava goes away. Just a fun fact there. So once again, we're going to go invis to initiate our volatile rounds Falcon situation. And realistically, just use whatever heavy ammo you have here. Use your machine gun as if it's your primary ammo weapon. Our only concern right now is cutting through all of these ads. Once you get the shield down on the knight as well. Oh, you're also going to have an unstoppable champion. Should have noted that. So we're going to get the little shotgun action going. Now, a big thing to note here is now the Tormentor is in like frenzy mode, rage mode. So we have to be a lot more aware of his positioning. My general rule for this area in this phase is if I don't know where the Tormentor is, I am immediately stopping everything I am doing until I figure out where he is. If he's in a situation, if he's in a spot that is threatening to me, then my only concern is moving positions. If he's not in a position that's threatening to me, then I can go ahead and return to being focused on clearing ads or dealing damage to the Tormentor. So I don't know where he is right now. All I'm doing is focusing on finding him. He's in a spot that's not really that threatening to me. Your best friend here is all of the cover in the arena. So there's so many pillars around here. There's so many places you can hide. We're just going to whittle him down. Once you get his HP down to, I don't know, probably about 25% left, 20% left, you're going to have another wave of ads that are going to spawn. If you have any supers available, great time to use them. So I'm just going to plop my tether down right here in the middle, go invis to activate my Falcon situation, kill all these acolytes. Perfectly safe. I don't know where the boss is, so I'm just going to try and figure out where he is before I do anything. I see he's right there. So I'm going to play things a little safe. I see we have some more ads coming in as well. Smoke that guy with my shotgun. I'm just kind of using my Falcon's invis, buying time, killing all the acolytes, focusing on all the ads. My machine gun still has a crazy amount of ammo in it as well. So it's like the ammo really is not a problem at all. And survivability, frankly, isn't that much of a problem either when you heal for 100 HP on every single kill and you go invisible on every single kill, assuming you don't have the 2 stylish cooldown. But once you got all those enemies toasted, go ahead and finish up the boss. Nothing crazy. He's dead just like that. 28 minutes and about 20 seconds on the run. if there is a loadout that is going to be suitable for absolutely any fire team to be able to go ahead and dust this GM, and make no mistake, it is a very difficult GM, especially considering the modifier, this is the loadout. And I see a bunch of people gifting subs in the live stream right now. Thank you so much. Once again, a reminder, if you want that emblem down below, twitch.tv/Mactics, come by and gift a sub while we're live. You will unlock that brand new emblem below my webcam. I think you have about 11 days to do it, so consider stopping by at any time. Hope you guys found this helpful. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you did. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.